What is good, cluttered people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam, biting all y'all's ears off because I feel like I'm turning into Playboi Carti after listening to his verse on Flex Up like a million times. Except there might be something a little fishy about his verse, Future's verse, and Lil Yachty's verse on the song. So without further ado, did Future, Yachty, and Playboi Carti bite Lil Uzi Vert's flow? Let's talk about it. Okay, so as we all know, because we Carti fans over here, a couple nights ago, Lil Yachty dropped Flex Up, a highly anticipated song with Future and Playboi Carti on the features on his most recent project, or Deluxe, I guess, Lil Boat 3.5. And with that Carti feature, not only were we stuffing our face with turkey on Thanksgiving, we were also putting Iggy's ass in our mouth because Carti was spitting on the mic. And due to the transitive property, you know, Carti ate Iggy's booty hole, and then we got... Y'all know what I'm saying. This was the first official feature from Carti in months, again, as we all know, so that's a little bit of a review, but we're not here to talk about just Carti specifically per usual, because we actually don't know whose song this was, Flex Up, originally, or who recorded on it first, because a lot of times artists will, you know, record a verse and then realize that they don't want to drop it solo, so they'll give it to another artist so that they can release it as the primary artist, because it doesn't really fit the original artist vibe. This is how all of the Trippie Redd songs where he was biting Carti's flow allegedly derived from, because he was rapping like Carti to give Carti some features for him to release, although Carti never releases music, so you know that was why those were wasted on Trippie Redd's newer artists, or not wasted, but you know what I'm saying. Carti did not drop, and it honestly could have been Playboi Carti's song originally. We don't know whose it was. It could have been Future's, it could have been Lil Yachty's. I mean, Carti don't even remember when he recorded the song. I guess it was during one of his opium for 10 days stints, and that's why he's rapping about falling in love with codeine, which is, you know, an inanimate object. Like, how can one, you know, fornicate with a lean bottle? Or I guess you can lick the hole and, you know, liquid pours out just like a real woman. But yeah, anyway, the beat specifically was produced by Southside and some others. So again, this confirms it really could have been anybody's originally, the song, because they all have worked with Southside in the past, and it all kind of fits their vibe of an alternative and psyched out style, which they all have in their discography, Yachty, Future, and Carti included. So, and before we move on to the actual bite, the next section of the video, I just want to point out why I'm talking about who originated this song, because whoever first recorded the flow that is apparently biting Uzi, I guess they would partially or fully be responsible for the whole mild controversy, because otherwise the remaining artists on the song, so if Future did it, then Lil Yachty and Carti just followed suit like any other artist would on a feature, because that's just how features work, and collabs in general in the rap game. They like play off the flow of the other person. So again, whoever firstly recorded this 2-word bar flow that we're gonna get into in a second, they would be the culprit as to who actually bit Lil Uzi Vert in the first place. But to get into the minor story, because this ain't that big of a deal, but I can't play too much of the respective songs of Flex Up and Uzi's song, but all I gotta say is some people within the Uzi community noticed that Flex Up sounds very familiar in the flow, in that Future, Carti, and Yachty all rap in a similar / identical flow to Uzi on 444 plus 222 on his album Love Is Rage 2 a couple years back. By the way, shout out Black Mass on Instagram for pointing this out and posting it on Instagram, so go check out his page if you want to listen to the whole thing that he made, because he like matched up the beats together. They all have the same BPM and whatnot, but I'll play a little bit right now just so y'all get the gist.
Flex up, stretch out, big bands. Whoa, whoa. Breathe in, breathe out, shake that ass, speed up, go fast.
And if y'all notice, even the 808 patterns sound very similar. And I know y'all couldn't hear it from that snippet because the 808s hadn't even started yet in the songs, but your boy doesn't want to get copyright strike like every goddamn video on my second channel when I react to a new song. I swear to God, I just look at an Uzi picture and I get striked by the DMCA. So make sure to follow along on Spotify or some other streaming platform, maybe another tab of YouTube, so you can actually hear the similarities between the songs. Although Uzi's song is more like melodic centric, unlike Flex Up, which is literally just trying to blow up your ears. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because you know me, I like to have my ears bitten off just like the rest of them. Carti can suck my blood or anything on my body, no homo. But in regards to the flow, did y'all not hear how similar Future, Yachty, and Carti's flow from Flex Up were on Lil Uzi Vert, with like the 2-word pattern every single beat or whatever it's called. I'm no musicologist, but if you ask me, it's not really a bite. Like the flow is not that complicated. It's probably the go-to freestyle flow when you're with your homies. I mean, 2 words each bar allows time to think and it lets the beat breathe. It allows you to emphasize the 2 words. I mean, you could, like, for the 2 words pretty much represent the 2 fingers. We putting up hoes booty holes every night during quarantine. Am I right, people? Nah, I've been dry all these months, but next year when bars and shit open up, you know I'm gonna be smacking cheeks. Although I got a girlfriend, so that's easy. But still, all in all, this is a quick video, I know, but go check out my second channel. I posted a few clips on there on some recent news on other artists. But in regards to this video specifically, Lil Uzi Vert definitely didn't create the flow. I mean, even if he did, Uzi is friends with Future because they just dropped a collab tape, Pluto Baby Pluto. He's friends with Lil Yachty, or at least I would think. I mean, they piped the same chick, JT, so technically their peepees touched because they're Eskimo bros. And he's friends with Carti, or maybe not. We really have no idea, but Uzi has had a grudge on Carti ever since Carti self-replicated with Iggy instead of him. Something we didn't realize all along is that Uzi is the one that named Onyx Gilbert, because low-key, it might be Uzi's son, not Iggy's, if that's biologically possible. And the reason I mentioned that they're all friends is that Uzi probably would not care if Yachty, Future, or Carti used the same flow as he did, even though he didn't really create that flow in a song, because they're homies. Like, that's kind of just like a respect level. If my homie using my same flow on something so obviously, then it's like they're paying tribute. And they thought the flow sounded so good that they had to use it as well. I don't think Yachty, Carti, or Future would be very shy of saying that they use the same flow. Or maybe not Carti because he doesn't know how to speak English anymore, but Yachty and Future would definitely say something. And lastly, Future is just like NBA Youngboy, or at least he was back in the day, dropping like thousands of projects at this point. So he honestly probably did the same flow a long time ago before Uzi. So again, Uzi didn't really create the flow, and I would just like to say there was no biting going on here. The flows were definitely similar, but even probably I've used it in a freestyle without even realizing it. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off, biting my own scrotum off because it can't flex up like the rest of my body. Let me know in the comments if you think Future, Yachty, and Playboi Carti bit Lil Uzi Vert's flow, and if it's really that big of a deal. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on all my socials in the description. Join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cutty people. Know what I'm saying?